sidelines because the bikes are so quiet. It's the only class, this and Mini E, which is coming up next, where you'll actually hear the parents cheering for their riders because the bikes are so quiet, and we're underway. And now we're really going to take advantage of the fact that we can see numbers out of our tower. Mailbox numbers. Is that the 38? I think I saw out front. Can't believe my eyes are still young enough. That might be Liam Shemwell from Central City, Kentucky on the number 38. And we are off to the races with the ground-pounding horsepower. I did it.
Wow.
Eyes are still young enough to pick up the 38 with the whole shot.
Looks like coming into the 10 Commandments, Liam Shemwell still leading his class. Let's see if he can keep this up for the rest of the moto.
And 20, that's Jace Wells coming out of the Top Gun MX area there, Weege. We both know the local track he likes to train at, so Wells having a strong performance at his regional, and he's trying to do the same out here at the ranch.
Oh yeah, Top Gun, that's my place to ride on Wednesday evenings in North Carolina. So Jace, he's going for the lead. He's closing in on Shemwell as we go back to Storyland. And what I love is they use the whole track here. We don't cut sections off for the P-Dub division. P-Dub is the nickname. It's the Shaft Drive Limited class, but Yamaha PW50s are the only bikes that fit the rules. And I'll tell you what, I know people who have tried, 2-3 years to just qualify for this class and couldn't make it just because of speed. I mean, these kids are no joke when you get to Loretta's, even in this division.
It blows my mind. It's like I said earlier, they might be cute, they might be playing in the sand between races, but out there on track, they are warriors, and they're battling just as hard as the pros.
Look, Malcolm Stewart came up at the tower. He wants to scout. He wants to scout the next gen.
That's how you know it's
ready to scout some P-Dub. You raced P-Dub here, didn't you? Did you race this class, Malcolm?
Oh yeah. This is my favorite class. This is the one class I look forward to out of all the classes. This is the real stars.
You actually came up here to watch it.
I literally came out just to watch this class because these are you can't get no better than this. We all start somewhere, and a lot of these kids have never been here. So I always tell the kids, any of the families and stuff, they're all champions. They're all champions because no matter what, there's thousands of kids that would love you in your situation right now, and they're out there doing it.
Yeah, and like we said, even qualifying for this is no joke. Okay, you were so young when you raced this. Do you really remember what the heck you were doing or what was going on? Do you even remember it that well?
No, the only thing I could say I probably remember more than anything is being in the creek.
Okay, not the actual laps.
No, not the actual laps. But there you got a little pile-up going on right here, though. I don't like that. But, man, at the end of the day, this is, no matter if you get first or you get 40 seconds, it's all about just being here because you're a champion no matter what. And that's just, I didn't understand it for a very long time until my dad kind of told me a little bit. As you got older, it's hard to get here.
Yeah. At your level, you take for granted qualifying, and it's all about trying to win. But yeah, in this class, getting started, we did good call out when we had a pile up in the sand. Looks like everyone was back up and okay. We're about to have lap 1 completed.
So as your leader comes across the line, there it is, the number 20, Jace Wells, leading the way when they come across the line for the first time, running a 3:06 lap time, as is the number 11, Ollie Johnson, currently sitting in second. Brody Langdon holding down that final podium spot. Blake, who else we see in the top 5?
Looks like we got the number 27 of Jackson Blow running a 3:13.6, just 3 seconds behind the 21 of Brody Langston. Not very far behind Jackson is Ezra Amberster, the number 29, running a 3:15.7.
So tight racing up at the front of the field there in this Micro 1 class. Your top 2 running nearly identical lap times. And like we said, one of the only classes we'll have all week where you really don't hear them out there. They're rolling, they're moving, but those P-Dubs not super loud, not even quite like the Cobra loud. They just kind of sneak their way around. And so, speaking of sneaking around, I think we've had a sneaky pass for the lead here. The number 20 coming through in second. I think Ollie Johnson might have made it happen before they got to the 10 Commandments there. So we'll see the next time they come even remotely close to me where I can see them in person. I believe that is the number 11 that has made the pass. Jace Wells trying to respond here as they come out of the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, it really does look like Ollie Johnson got Jace Wells coming around this straightaway right here. But let's see if he can't keep that lead on Jace.
And so, Kira, there we saw Ollie Johnson able to make it happen, now moving into the lead. The question is whether or not Brody Langdon's going to be able to get into this mix as well.
I don't know about that. There's a 4-second difference between second and third place, Ollie Johnson and Brody Langdon. So we'll have to see if he picks up the pace a little and can catch him.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to see the difference in lap time there. Towards the bottom of the screen, we see about a 4:14 as that last lap time, and then a 3:06 up at the front as far as Ollie and Jace go. So I think that's going to be the battle to see. But right now, Ollie Johnson's trying to say, I will see you guys later. I like being out front. Now, as we make our way back into the Rocky Mountain sand section, this has been chaotic for those P-Dubs. It's chaotic for the 450 Pro class, let alone for the PW50s. This sand, it almost reaches up and grabs you. We see a foot off the peg there for Jace Wells. Still digging hard there in second place. And Kira, I think you might be right. Third, kind of sitting there in no man's land, not quite able to catch up to the number 20 so far.
Yeah, but if you do look back a little ways in the pack, battling for 8th is Milo DeFore and Brock Norris, not even a second behind him. So we might have ourselves a battle.
Yeah, without a doubt, the backside of the top 10. Close racing there, not even a full 2 seconds separating 3 different riders there on that top 10 bubble.
If you look just a couple placements back, looks like Ryder Drake is just trying to make it into that top 10.
Drake, he's been making moves though, running a 3:23 the last time around. He's got Jet Scrotus there in the right in front of him on the number 47 with Brock Norris there as well. Your leader is coming around, checks across the finish line there once again. So Ollie Johnson on our screen should officially move up to the number 1 spot. Jace Wells there in second, 4 seconds behind we're seeing on our screen here. So Wells going to have to remount a charge if he wants to catch up to the number 11.
Ollie Johnson is now running a 3:21 lap time, and then Jace Wells right behind him with a 3:26.
And seeing that lap time jump up just a little bit because this will be the first full complete lap. Obviously that opening lap, they cut off, I believe, basically just like one section as they go around the first turn. So not too much of a difference, but as we see, Wells just a little bit off of your leader right now, the number 11. Leads the way with a 3:21 the last time around. Now it's Brody Langdon showing still in that 3rd place spot. Jackson Blow holding down 4th with Ezra Armbruster rounding out your top 5. And it's going to be Brody Jones, Ryder Drake, Brixton Bluth, Liam Shimwell, and Bryce Hollinger rounding out your top 10. Watching more of our riders there. And there we go, flashing back to the front of the field. We're at the 10 Commandments, and there it is. That is the battle on screen. The hunter and the hunted. The number 11 out front, trying to ride away. There's Jace Wells getting a little sideways, coming through about the 8th commandment there. And he's still riding strong in second. The battle right now, guys, is for 3rd place. We got 4 riders almost sharing a commandment out there as they are trying to get this final podium spot here in the 50, or the Micro 1 shaft drive limited class.
Oh yeah, looks like we could have a good battle on our hands coming into.
Should be headed back into Storyland now, I believe. They've actually spread out just a little bit. It's crazy how quick it seems like these P-Dubs are on top of each other, and then they're spaced back out. The next thing you know, as we see a yellow flag flying, 1 rider down in the Commandments.
Number 72.
So Joseph Coppolino, he was in that 11th place spot. He was trying to pressure Hollinger for that 10th place spot, and looks like he's hurt, but he's not injured. There's a difference. He's back on the bike. I think they're going to try to get him back out there. Ooh. As we flash back on screen. And here come your leaders. I'm telling you what, I think Wells might be closing this thing back up. And it might be because he can vaguely hear a PW breathing down his neck. 3rd place is putting the pressure on. Brody Langdon wants that 2nd place spot. So here they come into that Rocky Mountain sand section, and this has been one of those spots. It'll treat you well and it'll help you, but every once in a while it'll reach up and grab you. There we see pressure get put on your leader. And they come flashing around. The camera can barely keep up with them. And what's so crazy out there, Blake, it almost looks like they're jumping those braking bumps. As those are not our leaders. So that is the 21 of Brody Langdon with the 27 of Jackson Blow just behind, and Ezra Armbruster on the tail end of that freight train. So that's the battle for 3rd. You guys are seeing on screen as they get ready to come back by us through the Thor Sand Sweeper and the Poly Sport Pond. Both feet off the pegs for one of those riders. just trying to keep that Pete up going in the right direction.
Oh yeah, looks like Ollie Johnson really has opened up the gap on the second, third place right here of Jace Wells and Brody Langdon. But it still looks like there's a good battle for second, third, and fourth place.
Without a doubt, and trying to take a look here just outside of your top 10. It'll adjust the next time they come around. Wells definitely picked up the pace a little bit. It's a 5-second gap now, but dropped his lap time by about a second the last lap. Brody Langdon checks in. He's matching your leader's lap time. So, like we said, the number 21 might be the man to watch. He's trying to get in that top 3 battle.
Fourth and fifth are also matching our leader's time with a 3:23.
So things are starting to happen quick for the number 20. Wells going to have to put some lines together if he wants to hang on to that silver medal spot, with Brody Jones and Ezra Armbruster trying to get into the mix as well as they're chasing the 27 of Jackson Blow. Going to run through here as the backside of our top 10 updates. It is Ezra Armbruster in that 6th place spot. Brixton Bluth holds down 7th now. Bryce Hollinger moves up to the 8th place spot. And Deacon Thomas, look like that, jumps right into the number 9 spot. Ryder Drake finds himself in 10th. So we will see back on screen here. Oh, one rider almost going down as they come into the commandments. That should be Jace Wells right there at the bottom of the screen. And then that is Brody Langdon in the center, leading this freight train here. And all of these P-Dubs trying to move over to the outside once they come out of the commandments, kind of trying to stay out of this thick stuff, the thick dirt, the ruts. They don't want anything to do with that.
You know, I've always heard Ricky Carmichael say, corners for dough, jumps for show, but I don't think it's the same thing for these P-Dubs. They've really got to keep that momentum coming through these corners.
Corners for dough, jumps, how about no? Because P-Dub doesn't have it in it, so I'm sure these guys are always the ones that want to jump everything, though. I think it's just because they can't. They want to do it so bad, because when they move on to the Cobras and the bigger 50s, they're skying everything, so my heart can't take it. I like watching this. They stay close to the ground. Everybody's safe, and the battles are still just as intense as, once again, on screen, the backside of Storyland. We've seen so many passes today, as now it looks like the 27's been shuffled back. And I think that actually might be Wells there in the front, trying to see as they come around. No, that was Brody Langdon leading right there. And curious, we're kind of looking all over the place. Not sure whether Wells maybe had an issue. I believe he was a little further in front. Chance, our camera might have missed him, but not sure. Wells was definitely not running the same lap time of that last lap. Now we see 21's on screen, making his way around the 58. And there is the 21. It's the 58, I believe. I think the 58 was a lap rider there going down. And that's the other thing. These guys, I mean, don't get me wrong, your leaders are fast, but they're not so much faster than the lap traffic. It kind of makes it hard to see who is who. As there, I believe, is the number 20. Watching the Thor Sand Sweeper on your screen. Getting ready to come back by the finish line once again here in this first of the micro classes. Micro 1 4-6 Shaft Drive Limited out on track at the moment. It's Ollie Johnson checking in, dropping a 3:27 on that last lap. And we said Jace Wells needs to respond. We have less than a second separating first and second place right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a battle on our hands.
Looks like Jace Wells really is pushing that P-Dub as fast as he can. He's dropped it from a 5-second gap just to under a second gap. So let's see if he really can't get it going in this last minute.
This is going to be a nail biter here, folks. Coming to the last lap. I see your leader out the window, getting ready to make his way towards the commandments, but he's got a rearview mirror full of the number 20. Jace Wells is trying to make something happen here in the closing laps of this Micro 1 First Moto. Blake, here we go. Your leader dives to the inside. Looks like Wells is going to follow in suit.
Doesn't look like Brody Langdon is very far behind. Let's see if we couldn't get a good gap between these two.
And Wells definitely lost a little bit of time there through the commandments. He was trying to run that tight line up the right side. Not sure that it paid off for him. as the number 11 was able to stretch it out just a little bit. Here in this shaft class, half a second's as good as 2 seconds on the big bikes. We'll see whether Wells is able to reel him back in. I definitely think the second half of the track is where he's a little bit stronger. Brody Langdon still holding on to that final podium spot with Brody Jones just behind him. Jackson Blow did not have a good lap that last time around. He drops back to the 5th place spot. He's going to try to regroup here with Ezra Armbruster hot on his heels as well. So this one's going to be great. Here we go. This could be for the lead here, folks. The number 20, Jace Wells, he gets a good drive coming through Storyland. They're getting ready to make their way back towards the front of the track. They've got that treacherous sand section coming up as well. A good opportunity to try to make some pass. Wells has been strong there all race long.
We've watched a lot of kids go down in the sand section right here because that sand just jumps up and grabs that little wheel. So let's see if Ollie Johnson can't keep it up right here. And if not, Jace Wells might have this moto.
Without a doubt, we got a little bit of lap traffic may play into it as well. We'll see whether or not. Oh, lap rider going down. Oh, Wells goes down as well. There it is, guys. We said the sand section absolutely treacherous here on these P-dubs. Wells back up, trying to get back on the bike. The question is whether or not he's going to hang on to 2nd place. I don't believe that was the 22 going by. There it is. So the 21 gets by. I believe the 89 goes by as well. And so now Wells falling just outside of the podium and look, struggling to get that P-dub crank back up. An absolute heartbreaker there for the number 20. And here we go, back to the front of the field, the number 11, making his way around, bumping, jumping, and doing everything he can, just trying to get this thing home. He's got one more turn left to go. And ladies and gentlemen, grabbing the first Moto win. Yeah, he's airing that thing out. I didn't even know a P-dub could jump like that. Grabbing the checkered flag here in Moto number 1, Ollie Johnson, grabbing that Micro 1 4-6 shaft drive limited win. Blake, that was a nail biter.
It really was. I mean, I loved watching Ollie just push that thing to the limits. I seriously didn't know that you could get a P-dub that high off the ground.
Yeah, who knows what this guy is ready to do. He's got to be pumped up, and we will see how the rest of your top 5 shakes out.
ING running. We're going to drop the G. RUNNIN running. We're about it. Checkered flag flies. How about that for Ollie Johnson? What a ride. Brody Jones going to take 2nd. And Brody Langdon rounding out the top 3. They are on their way.
Another one in the books in the shaft drive limited division and a gold medal, and he was pretty dominant in this one. How about the number 11 of Ollie Johnson? Great job, Ollie. I'm going to give you the gold medal right here, buddy. Great job. All right, tell me about your race. How did it go?
Good.
How was your start?
Great.
Did you have to pass anybody, or were you up front pretty much the whole way?
I had to make a few passes.
Have you ever ridden a track this rough?
Yes, I have.
Oh, where do you ride?
Motor Bros.
They got a rough track too?
Yes, sir.
Who else do you want to thank, Ollie? Go ahead.
My mom, my dad, Papa, Yaya, Flow Vision, 110, Benz Racing, Riverdale Power Sports, CycleWorks, and everyone that supports me.
All right, let's hear it for Ollie Johnson with the gold. Hold that gold medal up. Oh, yeah, great job. That's awesome right there. Yamaha's win streak in this class continues. We make the joke every year. We'll look for a second place finisher. We got a pair of Brodies. Brody Jones is our second place finisher. We'll take Brody Jones up here. Nicely done, Ollie Johnson. Let's get Brody Jones on up when we have the chance. They're getting him ready for his podium there. Come on up, Brody. Jones, second place. There we go. And then we'll have Brody Langdon in a minute, but let's talk to our second place finisher. You can hang out. It's cool, Ollie. Nice. Okay, whatever you want to do. You can leave it here. Yeah. All right, let's come on up, Brody. Let's talk to our second place finisher, Brody Jones. Nice job, Brody. And it was some action to get in a second place. Tell me about your moto, dude. How did it go?
Good.
You have fun?
Yeah.
You get tired or no?
Yeah.
You do get tired. Even, how old are you?
7.
You still get tired. This track is rough.
Yes.
Who do you want to thank, buddy? There, get the list ready. I like it. He's prepared for a podium. Go ahead. Test the reading skills.
I would like to thank my mom and dad, Nan and Papa, Scotty G, Grandma Sass, Grandma Margaret, FX Racing, Cycle Works, Dirt Bike Kids, Rhino Power, Gold Farms, Mika, Dunlop Tires, DT1, RCH Moto, Midwest Extreme Park, Texture Salon, Bees Moto Lab, Money Inc., Race Tech. Good Lord for keeping me safe.
All right, awesome job, Brody Jones. All right, congratulations, Brody. And we have another Brody to come up to talk to. Third place, you can come on up. Come on, Brody. Brody in second, Brody in third. This is Brody Langdon. Here, I'm going to put that around your hat and your neck, and you can show that off all week. You got the bronze medal. How was that moto?
Good.
How rough is this track? Tell me about the track.
So rough.
You ever ridden a track like this?
No.
Does that make it even better to get on the podium?
Yes.
Who do you want to thank, Brody?
My mom, my dad, my brother Cooper, Jasper, Roxanne, 100%, Belle, Fox, Stasic.
You got it. All right, let's hear it for Brody Langdon, taking third. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember his brother Cooper doing some damage on the podium as well. Good job. Thank you. You can go chill out. And I got to get our whole shot winner, Shamwell. If Liam Shamwell, there we go. Let's hear it for our Stasic Whole Shot Award, Liam Shamwell. And these kids want the $100 for a Stasic for sure. How'd you get that start, buddy? Held it wide open?
Yeah.
Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, all my sponsors, and Cycle Works.
All right, let's hear it for Liam Shamwell.